Hey guys, it's Matthew Bihunik here with Green Means Grow, and today we're going to be talking about planting seeds. To plant these seeds, you're only going to need three things. You're going to need your seed starting soil mix, you're going to need coco coir, or you can also use vermiculite. Also, I recommend you have a cell pack style seed planting tray such as this. And what I also have here is just a little tray liner. This just makes things a little easier for watering and for transporting things around. It's also going to keep my table cleaner here. I also recommend that you have gloves, clean gloves, you've chosen your seeds ahead of time, and a permanent marker. This permanent marker will serve two purposes.
Here I have the onion variety I chose. This is a typical red onion, the red burgundy onion. If planting your onions outdoors, check the back to make sure it's the appropriate time of year. I'm going to put on my clean rubber gloves and start adding the seed starting soil mix that we put together in the previous video. Fill each individual cell between halfway and 3/4 of the way to the top. Make sure they're all lightly packed down and consistent in their appearance. Now, reference the seed packet to see the recommended sowing depth for your seeds. The recommendation for these onion seeds is 1/2 inch, so I'm going to make an adjustment and reduce that to a depth of just over 1/4 of an inch. By using my Sharpie as a measurement tool and my fingers as a stopping point, I will poke holes using this Sharpie marker, and I will have my fingers placed on the marker as a reference of depth. Now, the reason I reduced the sowing depth is because in the next step I'm going to cover everything in a coco coir, so I need to take that added volume into account. These seeds are very small, so I'm going to take off my glove to handle them. Be sure your hand is clean before handling your seeds. We're going to place 2 seeds in each hole. 2 seeds per cell. Don't forget to label your tray with the types of seeds planted and the date that they were planted. You may find it's easier to place your seeds in a small dish instead of in your hand. It's okay if you get an extra seed or only put 1 seed in a hole. When they sprout, we will pull out all the extras. We're almost done planting these seeds. Looking good. Our onions are officially planted. Gloves back on now. It's time to handle the cocoa. We're just spreading a light, even layer of this cocoa all over the surface, no more than 1/4 inch in depth. Sure, your seed-filled holes are filled. This will create a barrier against light and bugs, as well as retain moisture. Make sure to take out any large chunks of organic materials such as leaves or large twigs. Look your tray over once more thoroughly to make sure everything looks even and observing the weight of the tray. Now we need to lightly water our tray using preferably reverse osmosis water. Here's a close-up look at the top of my cell pack after planting. Notice the color, texture, and saturation before watering. When watering, it's essential that you are careful. Don't water too heavily. We want everything to be evenly saturated and the excess to drain out the bottom. If you see a lot of perlite floating up to the top like on the left-hand side, it means you're probably watering too heavily. Here's a close-up of our cell pack after we've finished watering. Notice the change in color here. Now take a look at how much water drained through into the tray underneath. If you're using a tray like this, be sure to check and empty all of this excess water out. It's critical that these seeds thoroughly drain. Once thoroughly drained, notice the weight of your tray as a reference point. This will help you keep track of how saturated your seeds are.
Alright you all, thanks for watching Green Means Grow. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments down below. Like and subscribe, that helps me a whole lot. Thank you very much. See you next time.